Search engine optimization is the process of optimizing your online content so that search engines would likely rank them on top of search engine result pages for certain keywords. When it comes to SEO, there are two parts, which is organic traffic and paid organic traffic. Welcome to TribeWeb Tech. In this video, I will show you how to do on-page search engine optimization for Blogspot users. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, let's move. So in this video, we're going to talk about the basic on-page SEO for Blogspot users. So I just created a test blog that I will use for this tutorial. As you can see, the blog still looks underdeveloped. So we'll come to our Blogger backend, and as you can see, I have just some few posts, and then you come to the settings menu. So okay, I go over and click on the setting menu. I have to move this here. Okay, so this is the setting menu. This is how it looks like. And then okay, let me adjust my screen a bit so you can see it clearly. I think this is better. So you scroll down, and the first thing you have to do is your title. You have to work on your blog title. So your blog title, mostly it should contain maybe keywords you want to rank for, or you can use anything for your blog title, but for me, I'm going to use Tribe tutorials because I'll be teaching tutorials, and if I want someone to find my blog on search engine, if they search for Tribe tutorials, I'll be ranking first for it. So the second thing you have to do is your blog description. Do not confuse blog description for meta description. Your blog description just tells you about the whole web page, your whole blog, and not just a single web page or a single post. So a blog description can contain 500 characters, so you have to make sure when writing your blog description it's just 500 characters. I've already written my blog description so as to speed up the whole process. So I'll just go over here and copy my blog description. As you can see here, it's how many words? Just around 45 words, and the characters is 270 characters if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so keep it between 500 characters. It shouldn't be more than 500 characters. So okay, I copy it and go back. Sorry, not here. Yeah, go back to my blog post and then paste it. As you can see, it's okay. I give some corrections. No, ignore this. Some corrections by Grammarly. So as you can see right now, it stays within the limit. I have not exceeded the 500 characters. Once that is completed, you click on save, and then okay, give it some seconds to load. Okay, so we set my blog description. As you can see, it's written down there. So you have to use in some keywords also you want to rank for when writing your blog description. The next thing is your language. What language is your blog? If you want to apply for AdSense, make sure your blog is using a supported language. So there are lots of languages here. Obviously this is an English blog, but if it's not English, I'll select one of the languages I'm using. So if you're writing your blog post in Hindi, you have to remove it from English and set it to Hindi. So you have to use the corresponding language. Don't just select any language. Let's say you're writing in Hindi and then you choose English because you want to target English traffic. No, that will harm your blog. Okay, so you have to scroll down now. And the next thing is, your Google Analytics. Okay, no, you have to turn off adult content. Google does not like adult content. So if you are using adult content, turn it on. But if you are not posting adult content, turn it off. It's very, very important. Turn off adult content if you are not using it. Okay, so scroll down, and then this is also important. This is where the main SEO starts from privacy. You have to make sure your blog is visible to search engines. If you turn this off, your blog might likely not get crawled. 90% it might not get crawled, so turn it on. And then now you scroll down to okay, HTTPS redirect. It should be on. If it's off, turn it on. Your blog should be reading in HTTPS, not HTTP, because you don't want users coming to your site and then your browser telling them that the site is not secured. Make sure it's turned in HTTPS. Okay, so now we scroll down a bit, down. This is the new Blogger interface, so it might be confusing for most of you. Okay, so let me scroll down to the next part, which is the meta tags. Okay, so I'm here now. I've got into the meta tags. So meta tags are tags. Okay, come up. This is meta tag. So you have to enable search descriptions. This will allow you to put in your meta descriptions on every blog post you write. So turn it on. If you don't turn it on, you can't write meta description. So now your search description. Search descriptions are descriptions that shows on search engines. They are like snippets. It gives snippet, or it gives a highlight of your web content. So let's say you search for, okay, let me open on that tab and search for what should I search for? Okay, let me search for some keywords here. Okay, let's say best PC 2020. Okay, give it some seconds to load. Okay, I'll scroll down. So now this is the search results, right? Before clicking on any web page, I might decide to read this. These are the meta descriptions. So make sure you have your blog meta description. Meta description so if you turn up meta description, each blog post will have gives you the opportunity to write a unique meta description for them. So this is your home page. So this meta description here is for your home page. So it has to stay between 150 characters. So I've already written my meta description so as not to waste time. I just simply copy it, go back there and paste it. Make sure your meta description stays between 150 characters, nothing more than that. Okay, I'll copy it. As you can see, I have just 133 characters out of 150 necessary, so it stays within the guideline. My meta description is okay, and then I copy it, go back to my blogspot back end, and then I paste it. As you can see, I stay within the limits and I click on save. Okay, that's good. So now I have to scroll down a bit and go here, which is errors and redirection. So you have to in case you have 404 errors or broken link, broken pages, you have to do 404 redirect that redirects your users back to your home page. So I have a video for that. Make sure you watch the video. Okay, so the next thing you have to do is crawlers and indexing, which is robot tags. So you have to enable your robot.txt, which is here. I have a video on setting up custom robot tags that will help you for your SEO. So kindly check on the video, which is the best robot.txt commands. Make sure you watch the video because I won't be teaching that here in this video. Okay, so the next thing you have to enable custom robot tags, which is this. Yes, turn it on. I have to turn it on. Okay, give it some seconds. Now there are different tags, so you have to turn on your home page tags. Yes, this one, which is the home page tag. So you have to check on the tags you want to use for your home page. So this tells you the custom robot tags you want to use. You want to make sure all contents in the home page are crawled. So you click on it, yes, turn it on, and then you scroll down to look for no DP and then turn it off. Yes, this is for your home page only, so all your contents in your home page. To scroll down, every content here in my home page will be crawled by the robot. If you want to block it, I normally I wouldn't advise anyone to block it, but then you turn off no DP. Yes, make sure these two are very important. Make sure it is turned off. Click on this, turn it on, and then come over here. Once you are done, click on save. Give it some seconds to save, and then I scroll down to the next part, which is archive and search pages. So you wouldn't want your archived pages and search pages to be visible on search engines. This is just overloading the search engine with your contents which are not necessary. So all your necessary contents, which are your blog posts and your standalone pages, should be there. So you turn on no index, which means your search pages and your archived blog posts will be indexed, and then you turn on no DP again. Yes, this is very important. Turn on these two. Okay, once you're done, scroll down and click on save, and then give it some seconds to load. And after loading, Man, this is getting slow. Okay, now the last part of the robot tag is this post and pages tags. So you come over here, click on post and pages tags. These are your post and your standalone pages. This is very important. Make sure it is turned on. All your posts and all your standalone pages, like the contact us, disclaimer, privacy policy, they are all indexed. Turn it on. And then for your no DP, also turn it on. So I go back here and then I turn it on, and then scroll down, then save it. Give it some seconds. Here it has loaded. Okay, so now going further, the next part is Google Search Console. You need to turn on, activate Google Search Console. So if you don't have a Google Search Console account, click on it, you'll be taken to Google Search Console. So you have to give it, sorry, my internet is quite slow. So yes, you activate Google Search Console. So now you have to put in your domain name. This is when you have to come over here, copy your URL, go back to Google Search Console, and then paste it here. Yeah, I prefer, there are two ways of putting your property, but I prefer this first method. So I paste in here, and then I have to remove the HTTPS and the www at the front. Okay, and also remove this, just your domain name. You don't need any HTTPS here. Then click on continue. It will verify your property, and then your ownership has been auto verified. Yours might not, but I've already verified mine, so mine just auto verified because I'm using an existing Google Search Console account. Once that, click on done, and then here you'll see this is your Google Search Console. This is how it looks like. So in my future videos, I'll go more into Google Search Console, but here I'll just show you this is how Google Search Console is. You can index your posts, see how your posts are performing in Google search results. So there are lots of posts here. It's quite easy. It's just to copy your link, go back to Google Search Console, and then let's say after making a post, copy it, come back here, and then request for the data from Google Index. So this usually takes some seconds, and as you can see, this URL is not live on Google yet because I just created this account, and then the blog posts are quite new. So probably because I've also not submitted my sitemap. So to submit your sitemap, you have to come back here, and you know what to do. So I'll talk about that in future videos. I won't go extensively in this video. So that's all about sitemap and Google Search Console. Okay, so the next part, so I have to, yes, so to put your sitemap, you just have to come here, which is sitemap.xml, click on submit, blah blah blah. You know the whole stuff. I don't need to go extensively here, but if you need a video for this, I'll surely make a video about sitemap and using Google Search Console to understand SEO and then the performance of your blog in search engines. So okay, I go back here, we set up Google Search Console, and then you scroll down, and I think that's all you need to do for your back-end SEO. Now after doing this, you don't need to come back here again. So most of your SEO has to do now with writing your article. So in my next videos, I'm going to teach you how to write an SEO optimized article for Blogspot users. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.